Yeah, he made it. Yeah. But my son say, Mommy, I think if I follow what the cops told me to follow, I think we won't have made it. Because when they go down, the cops told him to drive down Front Street and follow along. And then
And he turned early by Foodland.
I thank him. I say, good Lord, you have a second thought about it. You know, sometimes we listen to the cops because they know more than we do, right? So the cops told him follow down Front Street and just follow the traffic. My son said, Mom, I never listened to the cops this time. I said, why? He said, when I came down, the car's not even moved. As soon as I find my way down to the stop sign by when you turn to Foodland outlet, I see that one is clear, Mom. I took that road. I don't know if the cops follow me, but something told me to go that road, so he took that road. Oh. Come all the way to by Front Street apartment, Kahoma Place. He turned there and then he find his way out. And I thanks God that he gave him the opportunity to,
And he listened.
I already knew that the cops did this. We all already knew about the roadblocks and how they stopped people from escaping and they redirected people into the fire. They literally sent people into harm's way as they tried to escape. We already know all of that stuff. But when you hear it, and every time it's had the same effect, when you hear it coming out of their mouths, when you hear it coming out of the mouth of someone who is actually trapped in this situation, you can't help but get that gut feeling, that weird feeling. You know what I mean? It's infuriating. It literally is infuriating. But at the same time, it gives me this overwhelming feeling that I simply cannot begin to describe. And I can only imagine how they feel. They were sending him to his death. If her son, her family members listened to the cops, they'd be dead right now. And that's the same case for a lot of these people. Meanwhile, weeks and weeks and weeks out from this fire, we still cannot get an accurate number of how many people died, how many people are still missing, how many people have y'all identified, how many remains have been found. We know nothing. And it's not like we just don't know anything. Those people know nothing either. The people of Lahaina, the people affected by these fires, they know nothing either. They're not telling them anything. A lot of these people still have missing kids, missing grandmas, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunts, girlfriends, boyfriends, you name it. Still missing. And it looks as if they are moving along at a really sluggish pace. And the numbers that they have been putting out since the beginning don't seem right to me. And everyone in the area claims there's so many more people who must have died or who have not been found yet, who have not been found yet. Yet the officials, they keep lowballing it. We know that over 2,000 kids were missing from the public school system. And then the other day, some person stepped up and they're like, oh, all of our kids are accounted for now. And I guess they thought that everyone was just going to forget, but now the number is still over 1,700 kids unaccounted for. They tried to roll it out there as if all the kids were found now, because one school managed to, I guess, locate 300 kids. Yet there's still over 1,700 kids missing from the public school system. And time just keeps going by. Every day, another day. Every day is another day. Every day is another day. Yet we're still hearing nothing. Nobody's being found. No one's really being named. No bodies are being identified. And these over 1,700 kids have still not been located. But luckily, they got a chance to ask them about this recently. And instead of shutting down the whole press conference, here's what happened.
Question for Congresswoman Takuda, if I may. I met with the principal of Sacred Heart Schools, and she said she was happy to report that all 220 of her students were accounted for. Public school system is a different thing. We have a state public school system. And to date, I just got this from the Department of Education. The remainder of students who have not re-enrolled in another public school or opted for distance learning, who may have moved out of state, enrolled in private schools, they don't know. That is 1,757 students. It seems that our public school system on week 4 has not taken any kind of roll call or have any idea if any of their public school students are unaccounted for. Should they know that?
You know, I know it's been extremely difficult to be able to even communicate with a number of our students and our families. We absolutely need to make sure that we are connecting up with all of our students and our families. We need to make sure that we have ideally physical connection with our children as soon as possible with their families, because we know that every day that goes by, that social emotional connection, you know, that support that they need right now is so critical, in addition to academic. But especially now, my concern is that social emotional support that we need to give all of our students, and quite frankly their families and their parents as well. I do know that the department is asking students to re-enroll. One of the issues was that school had not even begun at this particular point. So students hadn't come back in so that we knew fully how many students were enrolled in our schools. Since every year we ask you to re-enroll at the end, but there is fall off and attrition at the beginning of school year. So unfortunately, we missed that opportunity to really be able to say exactly how many students were enrolled in these schools. But bottom line is we need to accelerate our connection with our students and their families, because our kids need help right now. Everyone is suffering, from our first responders to those working the front lines, especially our victims and our families. But our keiki, we need to make sure that we have not just eyes, but we really have our arms around them right now. And so we need to work very quickly and urgently with our department to make sure they have both the resources, the manpowers, the capacity to be able to connect with our kids. And then, as we've talked about today, there will even need to be temporary facilities, because we completely lost one of the schools. Our colleagues got to actually walk there and see a school that once housed 600 elementary school students that will not be there for them, and making sure that they have a safe, conducive place to learn. And again, as you've heard from the superintendent, there might be multiple means in which we offer education based upon families' preference and students' preferences as well. But bottom line is we need to connect as quickly and urgently as possible with our
So
kids.
excuse me, ma'am, why are over 1,700 kids missing? Well, you see, we need to accelerate our connections and, you know, these facilities, and we got to keep victims in mind, and we're doing this, and, you know, this school system did that. And it's like, answer the question directly. I hate when people do this. This is all these officials are good at. Most of these people have no clue what they're doing. They have no business being in the positions that they're in. They're not qualified. You know what they can do? The only thing these people can do is they know how to professionally talk in a circle. They know how to professionally dodge questions while making you think that they answered the question. You watched that clip. Some of you all probably thought that she gave an answer, but not really. Where the hell are the kids? Oh, we need to accelerate, and then these facilities, and then we're going to do this. We got to focus on this, but where's the fucking kids? You know what I mean? How did it go all full circle into you talking about all of this stuff instead of just being direct? But that's what these people do. They're going to continue talking in circles. We will be sitting here a year from now, and people will still be having questions. Okay? It's extremely frustrating. You would think that things are getting better. Every time I step back from the story, even for a day or two, and I come back in hoping that things have improved, and they have not. We're still basically at square one. And if it's frustrating for us, if it's frustrating for me, and for those of you watching, You got to think about these people, because they're the ones that are really in this situation. They are ones with loved ones missing, who have lost everything, and they can't get a straight answer. The people in this area cannot even get a straight answer about how many people most likely died or how many people are unaccounted for. No one knows anything. No one knows anything. Yet they're already scheming and plotting what they're going to do with the land. But here we are, like a month out from the situation, and we don't have a solid number yet. Every news outlet has a different number. Every official has a different number. And none of them seem to be like the real numbers. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next video.